What if I told you a team was up 24-7 at halftime with a 17-point lead in an NFC divisional championship game? Oh, and they got the ball at half. And they also have a really good defense and a great offense as well. Did I mention that they had a, 17-point lead? The real question is, how did they lose this game? And how did the Lions still continue to be the Lions? It's a weird dynamic, but for some strange reason, San Fran found a way. Let's talk about it. Out the gate, pretty much in short, Jared Goff and the boys came to really play in Santa Clara. It just showed with David Montgomery running all over this whole front seven defense, which is surprisingly to me crazy because they did trade for Chase Young in the middle of the season. Nick Bosa and the boys obviously weren't really prepared, and I don't know if it was jet lag or they just didn't seem to care for the first, half of the game. But when you really watch this, the X's and O's, the Lions clearly were just a better team. Jameson Williams pretty much just did a reverse play and just went crazy. Look at that. Get off me. Definitely need to wrap up more, especially for a team that's got a really great defense and also finding out that they're probably going to be playing the Chiefs if whoever wins this game. Dynamically shows that. And then just the poor play from pretty much the Niners at the beginning. Bad play calls. Offenses wasn't really in sync. And it just shows. Just really shows really, really badly. And these are things that you had to really start to look at and say to yourself, how does it that you've got pretty much a bunch of all-stars around you on your offense? And pretty much the poor performance that Brock Purdy had the entire game against the Packers seems to be relapsing and going into the same direction as this game. If it wasn't for Christian McCaffrey literally fighting for every yard in this first half, I honestly think that there was no way in hell that they could have came back. And on top of that, let alone just the way the whole play calling was, the game was, it just seemed like San Fran really wasn't trying to win. I mean, look at this field goal. Really? Really? Really, San Fran? You missed it by a landslide. Wide right. Depends on where you're at. Anyways, the Lions come down and do what they do best. Straight run the ball down your throat, which you knew it was coming. And more, again, with the missed tackles. It's like, what, 2 already? 4, 5, 6? I lost count after a while. Then noticing that Jared Goff turned into this chamber if he looks like Peyton Manning reading the defense. They just took what they gave him. And like I said in a couple of videos prior to this, I think that the Niners really have a bad secondary, but kind of makes up for it with the good front seven and Fred Warner and the boys. Ahmad St. Brown following his blocks, which, oh, Jesus Christ, what is that, number 80 or 60? Yeah, I wouldn't want to get in front of that guy. But he does what he does best. Then on top of that, as you see right here, pretty much a quick draw play to the outside. And can you go try to tackle him or what? They're just going to stare at him. That's just what they've been doing all game, literally. And it just shows that this is where you start to actually look at the breakdown of it and you just say that the Lions just played way better football than the Niners up front. And my question to you is if I'm Dan Campbell at this point, I'm up by 14, I continue to play it safe or do I just go crazy and can just pretty much put it all on the line? Which makes sense, right? And pretty much as shown in this play, Brock Purdy still looks like he's having problems. It just shows, but luckily enough, he has so many good skill players around him that it's just like, wow, really, bro? You don't have to try as hard. He played horrible against Green Bay. He's playing horrible in the first half so far against the Lions. And I might state this. It's not as bad as it looks, but when you really watch the tape and the X's and O's, if it wasn't for his playmakers, just like this play right here, how McCaffrey literally got at least about a good 30 yards out of that small pass. Poor pass. But if it wasn't for McCaffrey, I mean, getting all those yards, it wouldn't have been nothing. And then look at this, X's and O's, right? Watch Jenkins on the far right. Just seals it. Boom. Which is probably going to go unnoticed, right? Receivers need to block. And that's what the Niners are good at. This is what they're good at. It just shows that the Lions were ready to play. And this right here was the dagger for me. Looking at David Montgomery run like this, like, man, I was so lost on so much going on there. Then, out of nowhere, I seen this. Amon St. Brown, another third down conversion, keeping them on the field. Of course, your defense is going to be dog tired by this point. Then, of course, another one. This is right after a sack. Or actually, no, I'm sorry. I'm ahead of myself. This is the sack with Nick Bosa. I mean, Nick Bosa's finally come to play. But right after that, this next play, 3rd and 18, boom, Sam Laporta takes it. Good shit, right? Then they get them off the field. I'm thinking, okay, this is what then the Niners really start to just go crazy. Yeah, Deebo Samuels came to play. So did Ayuk. And the rest of the guys, the skill players came. You just really need to get more involved with the offense. And it's kind of hard saying this for Brock Purdy because when you really look at his numbers in the first half, it was not good. But fam, throwing the ball like that, especially in the 40s, 30s right there and in your territory, dude, easy field. Easy, especially when you've got momentum when Deebo does that crazy stuff where he's breaking 6 or 7 tackles. It just shows you right away, man. And the Lions did what they're supposed to do. Take advantage. Straight up. Sam Laporta, by the way, great player. 9 for 97 today. That is really good. I meant to say that earlier. And as we watch it dissect, Goff just threads the needle right there to Samon St. Brown, which is crazy. Because I'm like, wow, they really out here doing this, bro. To the Niners, the number 1 seed in the NFC North. And I'm going to be honest with you. You've got to really learn how to tackle. 1, 2, 3. Just 3 missed tackles. Gibbs walks dead in the end zone. It just shows straight up, again, I'm trying to figure out how, I don't even know how at this point, how the heck are they supposed to do anything right? And then this right here, I don't know what this was. This is just explaining the whole entire first half. And this is where the dagger really comes in for me. I'm watching this drive, and if I'm sitting here saying to myself, if I'm Dan Campbell, we got to go get 7. And David Montgomery is doing a really good job running the ball in between the tackles. Once again, getting a good push on that front 7. And here we go again. You know it's coming, right? You see it. And what do? Not stop it. Good player IQ right here by Gibbs. Straight up. Get out of bounds. Don't have to use the timeout. This is really not looking good for the Niners, obviously. Deebo Samuel even saw that. And then here we go on this play. Look at that. Going through his reads, his possessions. He knows. Boom. He knew exactly what was going to happen before it happened on that play. Straight up. Amon St. Brown setting up. They're already in the red zone, as you can see. Right? Another one right here. Goes through his reads, understands it. Corner, bang. Right there again. And this is where you say to yourself, are they really about to go up 3 touchdowns? Really? No way, bro. And for some strange reason, you better be lucky Jamar slipped. You better be lucky. And they take the field goal. All right. Now it's time to get funky. Things change. I don't know what the talk was in the locker room, but Brock Purdy, Deebo Samuel, and the rest of these boys came out to play. Different ball game, straight up. Get off me, son. Talk to your mama. Yes, sir. And I'm just looking at this right now with the spread. I love it. They see this. Look what happens. Steps up in the pocket. Says I'm going to run. Nope. Pull Patrick Mahomes. Snag it. Did you see that? Let's watch this catch again. Look at this. Slow motion for y'all. One hand snag with the right hand, brings it down, gets the first down. Ayuk confirms it. So there's no need to question it, right? Then to turn on top of that, look at this right here. Love it. Love this. Incomplete pass, but he went for it anyways. Go ahead. Got my team in where I need to be. Let's go ahead. He puts the ball away from the defenders, which is actually smarter than what most people think. He actually makes a kick this time. Then they get him off the field. Your defense loves that. I don't know about anybody, but if your defense sees that and they get you out 3 and out, good to go. What do? Get the ball back to who? Deebo Samuels. 2 missed tackles, 3 missed tackles, 4. Jesus Christ. Deebo's doing this thing, bro. Big time, dog. Now, we look at this X and O right here, and we see Brock Purdy again, steps up, launches it straight up. Now, at first glance, that should have been an interception, but this play, though, straight up, man, this is fate. If you're a Lions fan, you knew it was over, bro. Ain't no way in hell they making catches like that. And what do? Respectable as a QB. You go back to the guy that got you there. Right there. Boom. Straight up. That's what you do. Loving this right now. Loving this. Brock Purdy has stepped up. No longer is he what he thought he was as a game manager. Well, we'll get to that in a second. Fumble on the defense. Now that they're rested, the game is close. The crowd is getting involved. Everybody's hyped. You know what's going on. You know what's about to happen next. Now, watch this. Steps up, boom. He got wheels. Y'all forget that? Look at that boy go. And then look at this. Puts his shoulder down and keeps it going. That's a linebacker, bro, that got to him, right? Like yo. Run it back. Look at this. And it's, look, watch the play breakdown slowly. And he reads straight up. He runs. He's been talking to McCaffrey about that one. Straight up. And what does he do? Hands it straight to McCaffrey. Slides it right on in. Another touchdown. And now the game is tied. If you were the Lions, you've seen this movie time and time again. And, well, I could tell you this is as far as you get, right? Well, no. You just, some strange reason, Jameson Williams can't catch the ball. And the Niners capitalize. They do what they do best, what great teams do. You know what I'm saying? Give me a missed that tackle. Catch my use check. Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. You already know what time they on. Anyways, more or less, look at this. Oh, give me that. Give me that. Again, right in between them tackles, bro. That's just beautiful. Beautiful football. All right, now watch this now. You got two up top. If you can't see, the screen is cut. Do that for copyright purposes. Look at that. Wide open. George Crazy Man Kittles. Get off me, son. Now, two Iowa boys are playing right now. That's actually pretty good, man. Two Iowa. You got to start taking. Is Iowa really tight end university? Anyways, fourth quarter, this is what we do right here. This just, get off me, son. And crazy enough, Brock does this a lot more than you think. I think they just told him go play, right? And that's what pretty much, I guess, turned it up. Here's another play action. Straight up. Best thing you could do in this play is take a sack. That's the best thing you could do. Why? You don't turn the ball over. You give your team a chance to score on a field goal if you don't get it, right? Cool. Dissects it. He realizes it. Take a sack. Once again, the best thing you can do is this right here. You're going to get the league out of the deal. And that's what they did. Straight up 4th and 12, 5 yards, make it safe for your kicker. That is probably one of the best things you could do as a quarterback. Now, here come the Lions, obviously. 4th and 3. This is a game. This is a call right here I did not like by Dan Campbell, and he knew it because it just looked really bad. It was too aggressive. They didn't really need that. Just look at it one more time. Rolls out, odd hand, just no. Well covered and protected. Terrible play. Now, if you're the Niners, you got momentum, you're up by 3, what do? What you're supposed to do? Just kill them. Stay in bounds. Do what you do best. Another play right here. Love this. Motion at the top of the screen. Boom. I am not your game manager, Cam. At me, bro. Look at that run. Goodness gracious. Slides down, protects himself. That's even smarter than what I thought. Look at that. The Talking Today boy hyping him up. This play right here. Give it to CMC. Watch what he does. Snuggle. Get off me. Nope, sir. Get off me. Well, got me that time. Tag. I'm looking at right here again. Stops. Who is that? Is that Elijah Moore? Fresh legs. Hey, man, this is when you need him the most. You need him the most right there. Everybody's got to get a hand in, and that's what's beautiful about San Fran. They stuck to the running game and committed, and they came out with a W, and this is how you bring it back. Let's talk about the X's and O's. Let's even dive deeper than this. We shall. All right, let's talk about this. How did the Lions lose this game? It was poor adjustments. It wasn't like they tried or anything like that. It just seemed like they were the same typical Lions, and it got to a point where it was like, this is too good to be true, which is crazy because for me, I really believed that the Lions had a chance to win this game and actually go to the Super Bowl. And on second thought, Goff didn't play a bad game. He didn't even throw an interception. He threw for 273 yards, 1 touchdown, and the run game was definitely there with Jamar Gibbs, David Montgomery, and Jameson Williams all putting in a touchdown. So, I mean, Sam Laporta, 9 for 97. The defense gave you 2 sacks on the INT. I don't know what more you could ask for. It was a clean-cut game by the Lions. It just seemed that a couple of bad calls, a couple of bad calls went their way, not as in referee, just more so of just the style of play. 4th down conversions that didn't happen. Games was really not on the line like that. You got to start trusting and believing in your defense. I think, respectfully, the Lions just really choked, and it just happened. But at the same time, Brock Purdy, on the other hand, the tale of two cities. First half, he throws an INT. Second half, goes for 137, 1 touchdown. Oh, Might I add on top of that, they also outscored the Lions in the second half by 27-7. Then CMC 20 carries for 90 yards, 2 touchdowns. Debo eight catches for 89. Ayuk 3 for 68 and a touchdown. Nick Bosa 2 sacks alone. This is the adjustments by the Niners, which is crazy, man. The effects that the home crowd played. San Fran's defense clamped down, took care of business, and it showed. The fact that Brock can actually not be a game manager. He just played loose. And I think that I guess he heard all the criticism in the Packers game and pretty much in the other games before that, and especially with Cam Newton saying he's a game manager. This game right here showed that it was okay. He played exceptionally well. And then on top of that, too, the Lions didn't really stick to their game plan and their adjustments. It just somehow, some way, they went to throwing the ball way more than they should have. They should have just committed to the run. They should have took at least about 4 to 6 minutes for each drive when they touched the field. They were already up by 17. I don't understand what Dan Campbell was thinking in these moments. I don't know. You tell me. But this was a really good game, and I'm very calm about this one. I'm relaxed. But I would be more in depth about it because I kind of want to make a video about Brock Purdy really showing up and what to expect against the Kansas City Chiefs. Also, the Niners did what they were supposed to do. The Lions didn't. Tell me what you think in the comments. Like, comment, and of course, subscribe. Don't worry. It won't offend me. Or it will offend me. Peace.